Now, you've all heard of Access Hollywood Live, and their host is Billy Bush. And Billy Bush is a huge Giant fan and wanted to call in and probably just vent his spleen over this. And Billy's nice enough to join us now. Billy, Michael and Don here, what do you think of this Giant team? How are you surviving?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to see. I got to witness both Super Bowls in person, but I'm just as sad as anyone else, and I've got a million excuses ready to go to defend Big Blue. I mean, you know, what do you got? We got a ton of injuries. We got a great coach, though. I believe in Eli. It's a disaster. I think you look at half the games so far. We've been we've been in it. We've been leading or at least tied at halftime. I mean, it's not like, it seems to me. I mean, I can explain it away. It's not like we totally stink. We just totally stink.
And it's just a lack of intelligence, right, Billy? I mean, they lost that game against Jacksonville because they just played like one of the dumbest teams in the league.
It was embarrassing, and you're right. They could have taken a knee, and they could have won. I mean, there's 2 fumbles recovered for a touchdown. And now look trouble we're in right now. I mean, Andre Williams is the only guy who can run the football. We can't run the football, and we got one guy who can run it. No one else has ever touched the football. So if he can't run, then Eli's even in more trouble because they know we're going to pass. And when they know we're going to pass, there comes the rush, and Eli's got about a second and a half, 2 seconds tops. I defend Eli, too. I heard you defending Eli. I defend him.
Now, Billy, how did you become such a big Giants fan?
Born and raised in New York.
Okay.
Went out with my dad, went to the games. I'm a city kid, so... I've been a Giants fan all my life.
So you believe that Coughlin should not be fired because there seems to be an overwhelming thought that he will be?
No, absolutely not. I think Rex Ryan will be fired if anyone's going to be fired, but it's not going to be I don't think Tom should be fired. He's got 1 more year left, right? So we keep him around and let him finish the job with Ben McAdoo, who hopefully will replace. Ben's done some good things. There's hope there, and Coughlin's a fighter. I don't put it on him. I mean, the injuries are deep. I don't put it on him. He's in it, man. He's in it. He's as engaged as ever, and I think you give him the respect thanks to the 2 Super Bowls. At least let him finish out the contract and then hand it over.
See, my scary thing is if they can't beat Tennessee, and right now, who the heck knows, they lost to Jacksonville in Jacksonville, is that, that you got Rams at St. Louis, home against Washington, against their Eagles. They might lose out. And as much as I'm a Tom Coughlin fan and I respect him and I love him, he's one of the great coaches this franchise has ever had. I put him right up there with Bill Parcells. If this team ends up...
Although his record isn't.
No, but he's got 2 Super Bowls and all that.
2 Super Bowls.
But, Billy, if they go on a 10-game losing streak to close out the season, I'm sorry. It's tough to really just, go at it again. I mean, they've never had bottomed out under Tom Coughlin. That's the one thing he can hang his hat on. But if they bottom out here and finish 3-13 on a 10-game losing streak...
Well, it may be unavoidable at that point.
Yeah.
It may be unavoidable, but I think, I don't see how that's going to happen. We did a good job on the Skins the first time. I think we can, if we don't take the Titans, I think we're going to absolutely cream the Titans. That's my call right now because we have to. And then I think, Eagles are tough, but if you can get, 3 out of the 4, that would be great.
All right, now, Billy, I've got to pick your brain a little bit. You're on Access Hollywood Live. You interview some of the most beautiful actresses in the world. So my question is, who is more beautiful in person than she is when you actually see her on a screen?
I'm an older lady man. I love seeing the beautiful women who don't overdo it, freak out, and destroy their faces, and who just have the classic beauty. When you are in the presence of Sharon Stone, you are in the presence of really, really hot.
Really?
I mean it. She's what? 50,
and she's over 50.
Oh, yeah, she's 56 or something like that, I think. Ooh, don't quote me. But I don't want to get in trouble here. But she's beautiful. That kind of natural beauty, right? And in this day and age, pretty much everybody's doing work.
Right.
It's just it's now down to good work. You can assume that some work is not, but some ladies don't do it. So I like the classics,